Hey friends, welcome back to the Learning English Daily podcast. Today, we're diving into the life-changing lessons of a truly inspiring book, Make Your Bed by Admiral William H. McRaven. And no, it's not just about literally making your bed. It's about discipline, courage, and taking small actions that lead to big results. Have you ever felt like life is just too overwhelming? Like no matter what you do, the challenges keep piling up. Well, what if I told you that one small habit every morning could completely change the way you face your day, and eventually, your life? In this episode, you'll discover why tiny habits matter more than you think, how to handle failure, and how ordinary actions can create extraordinary change. So, stick around, because by the end of this episode, you'll know how to start your day and your life on the right track. Are you ready? Let's dive in. Today, we're going to talk about something that quietly controls the lives of so many people: the fear of what others think, the fear of what they'll say, the fear of what they'll think. The fear of being laughed at or judged. If you feel this fear, let me remind you, you are not weak. You are human. Many people are not living the life they truly want. Instead, they live the life they think others will approve of. They choose their clothes based on others. They choose their job based on others. They even choose their silence based on others. And little by little, their true life disappears. Here's something important to remember. No matter what you do, people will talk. If you succeed, they'll talk. If you fail, they'll talk. If you stay quiet, they'll talk. If you speak loudly, they'll talk. So the problem isn't that people talk. The problem is you listen too much. Here's the first truth. Most people aren't thinking about you. They're thinking about themselves, their money, their problems, their stress, their insecurities. You think everyone is watching you. But the truth is, most people forget your mistakes in a day. You remember them for years. They forget them in minutes. Take a moment. Think about the last time you were embarrassed. Maybe someone laughed at you or said something unkind. Do you think they remembered it long? Probably not. But you did. And that's how fear grows. Here's the second truth. An opinion is not a fact. Someone can say, "You're not good enough." That doesn't make it true. It just shows how they feel. Someone can say, "You'll fail." That doesn't decide your future. It only shows their fear. People see the world through their own pain, limits, and experiences. So why would you use their limits to build your life? Let me give you an example. A young woman wanted to start a YouTube channel. People laughed at her. They said, "Who will watch you?" They said, "You'll fail." She almost stopped, but she didn't. Today she earns from that very same channel. If she had listened to their opinions, her dream would have died. Think about this. How many dreams have been lost just because someone listened to a single negative comment? Too many. And I don't want that to happen to you. Here's the third truth. You cannot grow and please everyone at the same time. Growth makes noise. Change makes people uncomfortable. When you start improving your life, some people will support you. Some people will feel jealous. Some people may even try to hold you back. Not because you're wrong, but because your growth reminds them of what they never tried. Here's the fourth truth, and this one is powerful. Do not take advice from people who are afraid to live. If someone is scared to change, they will teach you fear. If someone gave up on their dreams, they will tell you, dreams are dangerous. Be careful whose voice you allow inside your mind. Not every opinion deserves a seat in your life. Here's the fifth truth. Confidence doesn't come from words. It comes from action. You don't wake up one morning and suddenly feel confident. You build confidence by keeping small promises to yourself. You say, I'll study today, and you do it. You say, I'll speak English today, and you try. You say, I'll try again, and you don't quit. Every small win builds your self-trust, and self-trust kills fear. Here's a simple exercise. Today, write down one thing you've been afraid to do. One thing you've avoided because of fear of judgment. Take a tiny step toward it. It could be as simple as speaking your mind once, or sharing your idea with someone you trust. Notice how it feels. That's confidence in action. Now, listen carefully. People respect confidence. Even when they disagree with you, you don't need to fight. You don't need to explain your whole life. You don't need to prove your worth. When you walk with calm confidence, your silence becomes your power. Here's another truth. The people who judge the most usually risk the least. They sit on the sidelines. They watch. They criticize. But they don't try. They don't fail. They don't grow. Meanwhile, you are in the battle. You are learning. You are growing stronger every day. So who should feel proud? You or them? Here's something that can change your mindset forever. In 5 years, many of the people you fear today will not even be in your life. Different jobs, different cities, different paths. But your regret will stay with you if you don't try. Now imagine you're older, looking back at your life. Which pain will hurt more? Trying and failing, or never trying at all? Fear says, what if I fail? Faith says, what if I succeed? And here's the final truth. You were not born to live in fear of opinions. You were born to grow, to try, to fail, and to rise. You are allowed to change. You are allowed to start again. You are allowed to choose yourself. People will talk. Let them. You still have a life to build. And one last thought. Think about the person you want to become in the next 5 years. The skills you want to learn. The courage you want to build. Every day you choose action over fear. Your life becomes yours, not theirs. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. This is your place to learn something new every day. I really appreciate you being here, and I can't wait to catch you in the next episode.